The 30th of January not only marks my birthday, but also marks the anniversary of None of Your Business's release, which is also the day I class myself as a game developer because I'd released my first proper game. Which may not seem true or correct to some of you if you know, but I've released some other stuff on my itch.io page. The first thing I ever released was Terminal Hacker, but that was from following a great course from Udemy. But None of Your Business is special to me, despite it being short. It's the first game I released not following along to what someone else was doing. Obviously I use tutorials, they're a great way to learn. But None of Your Business was my first proper game. I designed everything for it. So today is the day I class myself as a game developer. And today is my 1 year anniversary as being a game developer. And this is a series video, so we're not going to do any weird edits or cuts to the title screen because that would be really inappropriate. When I was younger, I wanted to test games, but then I didn't think that was a really realistic choice. So then I was like, oh, I'll be an author. That's something quite creative and fun. But then that really took off. And then one time, I think I was in, how old would I have been? I was about 15, possibly. I'm currently 19. I turned 19 3 days ago. One of my teachers went, why don't you do computer science? And I said, why would I do that? And when you get to play around with robots, we never did. But that sounded interesting to me. I never considered that as a path, so I was like, oh, okay, computer science could be interesting. And then a long time ago, one of my friends called Cameron, he showed me this thing called Game Maker on Skype, and I was like, wow, for my birthday as well actually, so it's all linked together. And I was like, wow, Game Maker, this is really interesting. So I made a very quick game on that, which I don't have on me at the moment. It's on my desktop at home. I'm currently in uni. And I made a really quick platformer, and I did all these cool things. I added power-ups, I made a little boss room, and it was really interesting to me. I didn't do anything else with it, but it was really interesting. And I was going, ooh, this could be something I do. So I thought, why not? And I looked into other options, and I was going, oh, I could do this and this and this. And it was amazing. So the first thing I did was obviously find out what I could do to do this, and I found Unity, and I was like, ooh, this looks quite fun. So I did a little bit of playing around with Unity, probably watched some Bracky's videos like you do. And then I was like, I want to try and make something, so I saw Udemy, which I'll link down below because I think it's a really useful tool, not sponsored. Please sponsor me one day, Udemy. And it was like £10 for this amazing course on learning game development. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. It was on sale, it was going to be like £150. And it blew my mind. I made something amazing. I'm going to go to my itch.io page and show you what I made because I think it really did change everything for me. But Terminal Hacker expanded, I call it, because I added some more stuff to it. Because that's one thing I learned with the tutorials is they teach you this, but then they say do more. And if you don't do more, you're not learning. So I added some more, and I added Easter eggs, and I thought, oh, this was really fun. I had a lot of fun making this game. I can show you the statistics for it. It didn't do amazing, obviously. It's my first game, and I had nothing else. The newest versions had about 30 downloads for Linux, Windows, and Mac, which I'm actually surprised that it's that many. I definitely didn't look at that before. I don't know, this game was something different to me because it was the first game I put out there, but I don't class it as my first game. And Terminal Hacker was great. The stuff you can do in it was basically, they give you an anagram, it's like, ooh, what's this word? It's something to do with school, something to do with a bank, something to do with this. And you unjumble it, and then you get to launch nuclear missiles. And then you do that, if you do it in time, boom, you win. There's a lot of bugs with it. I was playing it the other day with one of my friends, and there was a lot of bugs with it. And it was a great experience. Once I did that, I was like, I want to make a game of my own. So I came up with None of Your Business. That wasn't the name at the start. I had no idea what the name was at the start. At the start it was Untitled Platformer, if you have a look here. Untitled Platformer, None of Your Business, was a child I had. It was just kind of like, I want to make a platformer and you have all this, you have this special ability, but you don't know that. And you do all these weird puzzles, but there's not proper combat and stuff like that. And I loved it. I was working on it loads, and then I realised at some point the ideas I had were a bit too much and I didn't know how to. So I gave up on that bit. And I was like, I need to short this game out. So I realised the game was too big an idea for someone who's basically just starting out. So I needed to condense it. So I thought I'll make 5 levels, each of them more challenging than the last. Kind of in the dark. One level, I just said, oh, it's like Dark Souls basically, because you can just die completely with no idea what to do. And I did get a few of those reactions of people saying, I can't do this level, I'm dying. And I was just basically saying, get good. That's not good game design. Good game design would be nicer, to a degree. Depends on the type of game. But this game is special to me because it was my first ever game, and I will always love it. And here's a bit of the video when I first introduced it on the channel. Welcome back to the Game Dev Diary. So in the last video, which was the introduction to the channel, I talked about what's going to be going on, and I'm not sure if I mentioned or not that I've actually started a project, which today I'm actually going to be showing you all, because I'd like some honest feedback on it. I mean, it's not that time I had no beard. Sprites from the game. but there is mechanics to the game, and I'd like to show it all off, and then I'll let you in on what we're doing there. Moving there. He's moving by himself. So this is the time when I was thinking, ooh, I need to make characters for the game, and this is the first time I put a vote to the public saying, pick a character, business or this cyborg character, because I quite like cyborgs. And business character actually won, and it was a really interesting idea because it was like a businessman doing all these things. And this was the first design for the character, who I never actually gave a name. This is about the cyborg character I like now. It wasn't great. My art was not the best back then. I think I improved the businessman design quite well for None of Your Business in the end. This is what it started off like, and I just thought it was interesting to show. This was April 2018. And what's interesting is None of Your Business didn't come out till January of 2019. The reason for that is because I kind of stopped near the end of 18. I was like, I need to finish this game soon, so I just bombarded it with stuff, which kind of probably ruined it a bit for me, but I got it out and I was really happy when it came out. But enough about None of Your Business. Next thing is previous experience. Have I had any experience doing this? Yes. I have done a bit of work experience in a company from Liverpool where I'm from, when I did a bit of QA and a bit of level design, which really opened it up for me more. I was like, I want to do this for a living. It was a very small company, but then I was also thinking at the same time, like, could I do that? Could I make my own small company? Perhaps at some point. So I did that, and then throughout this year and the end of last year, I've been trying to rack up more experience by contacting different companies. If you want a tip, this is my one tip for you. If you have companies near you, write them a letter. Don't send an email because they'll just be like, okay, email, bye. Writing a letter is more personal, and the company who I did experience with were more impressed that I wrote a letter because not many people do that nowadays. So write a letter, it's really worth it. And currently for 2020, I have experience planned for one company, especially here, and another company hopefully in the summer. So it just proves that I can prove to myself that I came a long way, because this second company said no to me the first time, but now they're saying yes, here's a chance. I used Unity. That's one of the other questions I had, what engine and why. I used Unity because it was free and I knew there was a lot of support for it. Unreal to me at the start was a bit scary because it was 3D, and I was like, I want to work on 2D projects and maybe go into 3D, which you can do with Unity. You might be able to do 2D with Unreal, but I think you can, but it's just not really the same. Unity for me is perfect. I love Unity a lot, and it's always going to stay a special place in my heart. I use Unreal now for university, and I admit it's really fun. I'm doing a 3D project at the moment with it, kind of like Super Hot, one of my favourite games. But for me, Unity is a special engine, which will always have a special place in my heart. What did I do to get skills? I wouldn't say I have skills. I would say I know what I'm doing, perhaps. I think one thing it's important to know is no matter how good you are, you will always look up stuff. Looking up movement. I mean, I know how to make something move, but to make it move nicely, I always have to go, oh, how do I make it move nicely again? What's the best way to make it move? And I always look it up. So don't ever I used to get really unconfident about my skills, so I'd be like, I'm still looking stuff up, but a good computer scientist, which is not what you are, but you are, will Google something, knows what to Google. If you don't know what to Google for what you're trying to do, maybe rethink what you're trying to do. What projects did you do? I think that's an interesting question because I want to show you what I've actually made. So if you go on my Chat.io page, which is linked down below, and my Twitter, it's linked everywhere basically, because check out. I've got a few projects there. I've got one asset, a 3D broom, which people have downloaded for some reason. I just made a 3D broom and the 3D modeling software, and I was like, yeah, I want to show this. But we have 2D wave shooter, a quick game I made because I was getting a bit bored of doing a platformer, which I was working on the last video. I was working on a few videos ago, a platformer, but doing a platform after just finishing a platform was a horrible idea. I mentioned that before, it was really not fun. So during it I made 2D wave shooter, basically just a wave shooter after 10 rounds, fight boss, upgrades. One thing I always say to myself is when I'm making a new project, I have to learn something new. So with that one I learned how to do upgrades and shooting, which I've actually never had to do before. Really fun. I entered my first game jam, for the community game jam, which I didn't do a video on in the end because the content was just not good. The theme was The Game is a Lie, and I made Murder's Mystery, a game where you have to solve puzzles in a weird physics way, which I thought was a really weird idea, and uncover the mystery about who murdered who. And you can see it there, and it did alright. I can show you the stats for it. So overall, Murder's Mystery ranked 411th, which doesn't sound great, but there were 1,039 entries. It was within the top 50%, which I think is pretty good. For innovation, somehow it got 167th. I don't get how the scores work because I only got a few reviews. I really don't get how it works, but I got that. And I was quite happy with how the game turned out, to be honest. I thought it was somewhat fun and it was somewhat humorous. I always learned how to do Animal Crossing audio, we'll call it. One of my favourite kind of like dialogue systems is Animal Crossing's gibberish. And I learned how to do that in a really bad way, but I know how to make it better next time. So then of course we have None of Your Business. We have Simone Says, which was just Simon Says. I was asking on Twitter, like, they wasn't asking me anything from a game developer, and I said, oh, what's a good thing to make? And they make a simple game, like Simon Says. So I made Simone Says. It was fine. I made Snakes for Two, which is Snake. Or you can play two-player mode where one person plays as the food. Terminal Hacker Expanded, and my recent project, You Have Fallen, which is on the App Store. Please download it. I need your money. I'm kidding, it's free, with ads. You Have Fallen was one of my most adventurous projects, so I made it in a week, and it was so much fun. I learned how to do save files, I learned how to put ads in a game, I learned how to release for mobile, I released for mobile. It was a lot of fun. I learned how to upgrade controls as well with Unity and the App Store. Please download it and play it and tell me what you think. But You Have Fallen was my last game I made, and honestly it was a great way to start 2020 by making a mobile game and releasing it. I don't tend to release enough games. Next question was a good one. How do I plan to succeed? Now that's a hard question. I hope to succeed by completing university, doing well, releasing projects at the same time, and I have to make an income off games. That would be a way to succeed, but ideally I'd either like to become an indie developer full-time and make my own games, or if I had to work for a company that I actually respect and not one who I don't particularly like. So if you hear any companies that are hiring and they do Animal Crossing perhaps, super hot, anyone whose games I respect, please check me out, or show them who I am. But that's what success for me would be: being in the industry and being passionate about what I do, not just releasing anything for money, which is something I'm not a big fan of. Obviously you need to make money from games, that's important. If it's going to be your job, make money from games. But for me, if you're making games for money and not for passion and money, that's just not the kind of developer I want to be. I want to make games because I'm passionate about games. I believe in games. I want to make games. I want people to enjoy my games. How has it impacted my life? Game development has impacted my life greatly. I've made some fantastic friends from it. One of them being Mattabulous, who I'm going to link down below, because recently me and him started talking and he showed me such great support, and it's been super nice to find someone. I'm doing a game development course, which I never would have done without games. I release games, I've released an app. I have made some just fantastic friends and links, and I've talked to some amazing people, and I've had some amazing experience. Like, honestly, games development has impacted my life more than anything I ever has. Honestly, it's just changed my life, game development, and I will never, ever lose my passion for it, I hope. It's also made me start YouTube again. I used to do a gaming channel because I was young and I wanted to make gaming videos, but then I did this, and despite me not being so consistent, which I'm going to try and fix in 2020, I love it. I love showing people what I'm doing. I'm a bit of a workaholic. I can't not work on a project. Like with You Have Fallen, I couldn't sleep unless I got a bug sorted, or at least I got a new mechanic implemented, which is why I find devlogs quite hard for me sometimes, because I can't just work for an hour a day and be like, yeah, okay, done. I probably should do that. It would help me with my time management, but I can't. I might start doing that for devlogs. So that's one thing I'm trying to work out, how to do a devlog, some on camera, some off camera, because it just does not work for me if I try and do it all on camera, because I either do too much or I don't do enough and I need to do more. I think I should try and remedy that a bit and try and add in some more university stuff in to make my time work. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. The last question is, are you satisfied with where you are? I am completely satisfied with where I am. Ideally I want to release more games and do more YouTube, but I'm happy. I'm doing university for games. I've got some great experience lined up, I've got some opportunities lined up. I am making a new game with some friends. That's a first for me, I've never worked in a team before, so I'm releasing a game with some friends, which I'm super excited to show you. It's a massive project, but we're doing a small demo of the project first to see how people think. That's basically it. It's been a hell of a year. My first year as a game developer. I really want to keep producing videos on YouTube for you, even if I don't have the biggest audience at the moment. Hopefully that will change one day and more people will be able to see what I'm producing, and more people will have criticism for me, because that's what I imagine there will be. So thank you for sticking around and watching this video. It's been a long one. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Tell your friends to come watch this video and subscribe. I love game development and I can't wait to keep doing it for the rest of my life. Here's to my second year as a game developer, and let's see what I can produce in that time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.